Hi, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm down at the River Thames in London, but I'm not here to talk about the river. I'm actually here to talk about this place, Battersea Power Station. Now, Battersea Power Station, the clue's in the name, it was a power station. It was opened, well, it first started in 1929, opened in the 1930s. And interestingly, when it first opened, only 2 of its iconic towers were opened. And then later in the 1950s, the second 2 towers were then added to give it this iconic 4-tower look. Now, it remained as a power station until 1983. And it was closed then because it was a coal-fired power station. There was a lot of pollution. People were pushing back against coal power fire stations. So they closed it down and it became derelict. And it remained derelict for around 20 years until a Malaysian consortium bought it for around £1 billion. And they have spent £9 billion making this place into one of the most desirable places in London for shopping and eating. And that's the most important thing for today. We're going to go in and have a look at the arcade, which is basically some street food that you can buy all sorts of different types of food in there. So let's head inside and see what's happened to Battersea Power Station. So here I am inside the arcade. So this is basically like a big food hall in the middle of the Battersea Power Station. And this place is incredible. It's got so many different types of food that you can have. Now, there isn't a menu. There's a little thing here for cocktails because it's all on the QR code. So I've scanned the QR code, and what's great about it is you don't even have to enter your table number. It automatically knows what table you're at. You then pull up all the different menus, and there's so many different things to pick from, and then pick out what you want, and it all gets delivered to your table. And I'm having the free water, as always. So I've placed my order. I'm waiting for the food to arrive. So we'll have a look at that when it comes. Okay, so the food has now arrived, and I decided to order Lebanese today, and it's a place called Shatta Toum. You have to be careful how you're saying that. Now, the first round of food has just arrived. I'm going to have to refer to the menu because I can't remember what all these things are called. So this is some labna, which is a cheese, so Lebanese cheese with some oil. So it's basically like a dip, comes with some nice bread. So let's get started on that first. Let's just have a little bit of that. So I'll just use my knife to get a bit of this on here. It's got some nice pickles on the top, so I'll just have a bit of that. So this pita bread's really warm. Yeah, it's nice. Tastes a little bit like hummus, I would say. A little bit spicier than hummus. This bread's really nice though. Quite soft, succulent. You can see that it's been sort of done on the grill, so it's got a nice bit of charring on there. A bit crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Really quite tasty actually. Let's have another little bit of that. That's really tasty. Oh, some more food coming in. Okay. Thank you. Right, I'll come back to finishing that in a moment. Right, I'm going to have to try and remember what this is. This is some form of salad that's got a bit like a poppadom on the top. So this is crispy bread, and I think the way to do this is to break it up and then to give the salad some crunch. So I'm going to smash this up a little bit. And then underneath here, we have got the salad. Let me just refer to the menu so I can tell you exactly what is in this fattoush salad. So it's lettuce, tomato, cucumber, salad, crispy bread, and pomegranate. So let's just have a look at some of that. So it's been finely shredded, all nicely cut up. Pretty good. So I'll get some of this crispy bread. Light, fresh, really tasty. Been got lemon, some seasoning in there. Little crispy bread actually works quite well with it. Gives you a little bit of crunch, change of texture. Very nice. Okay. Now, see if I can work out what this is. Is this my chicken shawarma or is it my lamb? Let me have a look. Let's have a look inside. I think this is, let's have a cut it open so we can see what's in here. I think this is the lamb. So let me just, lamb kofta kebab. Do we think that's right? No, the cameraman's telling me that's wrong. It's the chicken shawarma pocket. So what's in this? Let's have a look at that. The cameraman's holding up. Let me have a look what's in the chicken shawarma pocket. So it's chicken shawarma, pickled cabbage, tomato, cucumber, onion, chili oil, yogurt and tahini in a warm pita pocket. Now it looks, what's great about it is it's really full. So I hate it when you get things and they're half empty. So this has been completely packed with lots of different things. And it's all mixed up as well. So sometimes when you get a kebab, everything's individual and then you have to start making sure you get a lot of everything in each bite. This has been nicely put together before it's been put into this bread. So let me just cut a section off this. And I'll have to bite it. I think it's too difficult to cut it open. So let me have a bite. Wow, that's really flavoursome. So it doesn't really taste of chicken. It's got so many different spices in it, lots of different flavours. Tastes very Mediterranean, that type of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern sort of combo, I would say, because it's fresh and light. The bread's been really well toasted. I have to say they're very good at cooking the bread in here. Really tasty, loads of flavour. A bit like your local kebab, but much, much nicer. So let me finish some of this food and I will catch you when the lamb course arrives in a moment. Right, the lamb has finally arrived. I had to wait another 3 or 4 minutes, but that gave me plenty of time to eat some of the other food. So this is a lamb kofta kebab, which is made from spiced minced lamb with some house pickles and sitting on another nice piece of pita, some nice salad on there as well. So let me just cut a piece of this off. It'll be a bit more refined. It's a bit more of a posh kebab, this one. Usually I'm used to 2 a.m. kebabs, going into the kebab shop, eating everything with your hands, but knife and fork here. So, you can see that unlike a lot of the kebabs I've had, this is very lean meat. So this is premium meat, really spicy. And the combination of all of these different flavours really gives you that sort of exciting burst of flavour. And you just put it in your mouth, that means have a bit more of that. It's quite spicy actually. So we've got a little bit of a Indian curry kick to it. I think that might be harissa paste on there, makes it a bit more spicy. Wow, that's amazing. That's like not like any kebab I've ever had before. This is at the high end of the kebab world. So I've got plenty of food here. Let me carry on eating all of this and I will see you at the end for the wrap up. Okay, so here we are at the end of the meal, and actually some of the food is still here because this is sort of, because it's street food and you order from a communal kitchen and things get brought to you as and when. You could order from lots of different menus. I went for just one today. We could get lots of different things, but they don't tend to take things away. And also there's some food here, they may think that we're still eating it, but I'm not. Okay, so let's go through the menu, talk about the food, talk about the bill, and then I will give you my rating for Shatta Toum. Now, Shatta Toum, I'm sure that means something in Lebanese. I don't know what it is, I haven't looked it up, so if you want to do that, feel free to go on the internet and you can send me a message about that. So, for the 2 starters, we got this quite nice, interesting labneh with pickles. So labneh is basically a fancy version of hummus, so a Lebanese version of hummus. Quite nice, quite tasty, came with the pickles on there. The bread was really fantastic. I have to say they're very good at cooking bread here. So those little pita pockets, nicely toasted, nice and soft and light, fluffy inside, worked really well. Ran out of bread, to be honest, that's why I've still got quite a lot of that left. The other starter I had was this salad, which was the fattoush salad, which came with the really quite interesting poppadom style bread on the top, very thin, been toasted, cracked that into it, and then had the lovely fresh salad. That was really very tasty. Not something I've had before. Definitely recommend it. Gave me a flavour of the Middle East. Really felt like it was something different that I was eating today, because quite often I'm eating stuff, it's similar to what I've had recently. So they were the 2 starters, pretty good, good quality food. plenty of it, so good portions. Didn't eat all of them, so that tells you that they were pretty sizable. And those two dishes were £7 each, which I think for central London where we are in Battersea Power Station, not bad. Now for the two main courses, went for a lamb kofta kebab, which came in at £15.50, so quite expensive, but it was absolutely delicious. So if you remember, that was the one that came where the meat was actually on top of the bread, came as like two sausages, lots of different herbs and spices, quite spicy actually, really, really tasty. So absolutely love that, better than any kebab that I've had recently. And the other one was a chicken shawarma pocket, which if you've had chicken shawarma, fairly standard stuff, but it was basically chicken with lots of different spices, some vegetables in the pitta, quite tasty, enjoyed that as well, and that was £13.50. So what was the total bill here? Well, we had all of those things came, including a service charge of £5.38, came to a grand total of £48.38. So for lunch, that's coming in roughly around £24 each for me and the cameraman. I'd say that's at the upper end of what I would pay for lunch. I've been for quite a lot of set menus recently where they have special deals for £20, £25, that sort of region. So it's similar to that. So I think it's at the upper end, but the quality of the food was good. It was a bit different. It's in a great setting. This building, Battersea Power Station, the renovation job here is absolutely incredible. It cost apparently £9 billion to do it. It was done by a Malaysian consortium. And it has that sort of very high-end feel. It feels like when I've been abroad and I've been to shopping malls, that sort of level, much higher than a standard UK mall. So this is a really fun place to come into, this sort of street kitchen idea, lots of different food. So it's a nice venue, it's a nice setting. You can go out and do some shopping. We're on the river here. There's actually an ice rink out the front at the moment. So great venue. So I think it justifies a reasonably high price. So what's my overall score for today's meal at Shatta Toum? Well, it was good, it was decent, food was nice, good portions. I think the price was okay. I'm going to give it a very solid 7 out of 5. And if you follow the channel, you'll know that if it's 7 or 5, 7.5 and above, then I would come back here. And I would definitely come back. I would have this again tomorrow if I was passing, but I'm not. So I'll be going somewhere else. So watch out for that video coming. So thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you again on the next.